Welcome to another edition of Coach's Corner. I'm Samantha Torino here with head coach Steve Briggs. Now, Coach, feelings about this past game? We had another one possession and a game that could have gone either way.
Tough. I don't want to say we're getting used to it because we're not. This, I think, the fifth time in the season that we were either in it at the end or, end result. In my opinion, our opinion after watching film, it's making plays. It's making plays in the fourth quarter. I've said it now 3 or 4 weeks. We did that at Moravian, and we're on the good side of the scoreboard. Whenever this happens, it seems like you're more focused on the doggone bad things, but we've had many, many good things. I think it was one of our best defensive games on the season. Had another 100-yard rushing day with Ian Richardson. Bit stung by the injury bug, but I do like how the guys are responding. I do like how we're practicing. I do like how we're preparing. It's just making the big play and making the big play when the lights are shining, and that means at key situations, and that's what we're lacking.
Mm-hmm. And Nick Krusko in for the majority of the game, and then Matt Teese in for the fourth quarter for the rest of the game. Why did the team decide to use a two quarterback system for the game?
Well, that wasn't by design. Nick, it's not a big secret now, he didn't practice all of last week. He got banged up at her sinus. It's one of those things that I don't like to advertise, frankly. Matt got most of the reps during the week. Nick came back on a little bit of Thursday, and then the Friday walkthrough. Kind of felt that he still gave us the best look. He was a little bit healthier. But Matt prepared very, very hard, and we felt we went with it. In the second quarter, he got dinged again, he being Nick. Talked to him at halftime in the third quarter, and he felt good. And then Coach Millen asked him, can we stretch the field with you? And he didn't really like his answer, so we went with Matt. And Matt delivered the football, moved the team down the field, but it's kind of one of those two-edged swords. You gotta execute, and you gotta catch the football, and that's what we did not do.
Mm-hmm. And 8 tackles, 3 for a loss, 1 sack, 1 fumble recovery, and one pass breakup in the past game. Ian Murray has had a productive game this past game.
Tremendous.
Just received Player of the Week. Just tell us a little about how he's developed as a player.
Ian's a leader. He's one of these we call high twitch, high energy guy, all over the place. And as he developed from basically a special teams player to a solid outside linebacker position where he is, he's always around the football. He's always making plays. Very, very contagious. He's one of the guys that his enthusiasm, his passion for the game, we all love that. If I can get 11 guys on both sides of the ball in the kicking game, it'd be a different story. I think the world of Ian. He has developed, Sam. What basically Ian does best for us is everything by example. He just explodes. He gets out in the field and he plays so hard that in some cases he makes himself sick. And that's a good thing. It really is. I'm very, very pleased that he had the success that he did Saturday, and hope it continues the last 2 weeks.
Yeah, and Denzel Walker now injured for another week in a row. How tough of a loss is it losing another receiver?
Well, Denzel was our top receiver, has been for the last 2 years. Again, the infamous Ursinus game, I think that's exactly when it happened. He's been kind of nursing different things, ankles, what have you, throughout the year, but always came through. I knew he was really hurt when he, of course, didn't practice all week. He did dress for the game. We wanted to see how he ran in pregame, and it didn't really work out. So he's off again this week. We are going to test again at the end of the week and see where he is. But taking him out of the mix, Nick Krusko out of the mix, and then obviously with the success that Ian Richardson has been having. We still miss Tim Wade in a great way. So, but that's part of the game. It's part of the game. Unfortunately, injuries are. It's a high contact sport, and part of that is developing the young guys. And Sam, we're young, as you know. So, and I think all these things go together. And the end result is we got to put it together. This is going to be a tough one.
And you're going into another hostile environment, just like Moravian. So how are you preparing the team?
Fundamentals. what we've been lacking, if we've been lacking, what have you, is blocking, tackling, making plays, catching the football, throwing the football, kicking the football. Those are all fundamental things that we work on every single day, and we're really gonna, I said to the staff, let's take another step backwards and really work on what we're missing, because we're very close. It isn't, unfortunately, what do they say, horseshoes and hand grenades, right? But there has been many, many positive things. You can tell by some of the comments I'm making here. Not only just Ian on the defensive side, the entire secondary. Cody Miller has had an outstanding season. Jim Berry is an All-American candidate. He leads our conference, in tackles, and he's close to the leaders in the country. So we've got some guys that are really performing. Again, very young on a defensive line. They're all freshmen, sophomores. Obviously Phil Pecora is there as a junior and the leader of the group. But we're getting better each and every day. We just have to put it all together. 4 quarters, all phases of the game, and we're capable of doing that. We just got to go out and do it. I don't care about the atmosphere. The atmosphere at McDaniel's always been neat. It's one of those, I think they call it one of the best tailgates on earth. As you know, it's something you got to put the blinders on and go. I really like the group. I want them to have success. We need a win, but we got to earn the win. This team beat us last year, came back to beat us 43-42, and a lot of our guys don't know about that because they weren't here. A lot of their guys, they're a freshman-oriented team also. So, again, it's executing what's called.
Thank you so much again, Steve Briggs.
Thanks, Sam.